Hey y'all, Steve here, the OG Guitar Nut. Welcome to Guitar Nuts Anonymous. I realize I haven't really said that hardly at all in the last couple of videos. This is indeed Guitar Nuts Anonymous, and I'm the Guitar Nut. It's not often that I get excited about something. I mean, I still get excited about getting a new guitar, even though I've got a room full of them, but never mind. Those of you that tuned in last time saw me do a review of the Temu Moonsault guitar, and it was pretty well received. But I did get a lot of comments that like, dude, you got to do something about your noise, specifically the noise coming from the Amp of Doom and my big ass pedal rig. And I got to thinking about it, and yeah, it won't be all that long, hopefully before the year's out, that the new band will be gigging. And you know, I realize that in the Doom genre, it's not exactly unusual for a band to be really noisy on stage. But that doesn't mean I have to be, or it doesn't mean I have to settle for that. So I got to thinking, okay, well, what can I do? I've already got isolated power. I've got as short a cable runs as possible. I'm kind of mindful of where things are on the board in relation to the power supplies. And one of the pedals actually has a built-in noise gate that I use. One of my drive pedals, fuzz pedals actually. And all that, but still, as I'm sure you noticed, I had a terrible amount of noise. Especially, you know, I mean, I don't get that loud in this room. I can only imagine on stage it's going to be hellacious, right? So I got to thinking about it, and I remembered that back when I was on my cheap pedal buying spree, I had picked up one of these Rowan noise gates. I don't remember, it might have been 25 bucks or something. So I spent a little time working with this and checking it out, and it killed my tone. It drastically reduced my levels, which, you know, I mean, it's all part of the tone. It just wasn't cutting it. And I remembered that a board I'd had a long time ago, I'd actually bought one of these, the fantastic plastic Behringer noise reducers. So I thought, oh, I'll try that one. Exactly the same situation. Virtually no difference at all between that and the Rowan. They both did the same stuff. As well as just degrading my overall sound and level, they also kind of screwed up the transients, like the beginning and end of my notes, and it just wouldn't do, okay? So I watched some YouTube videos, because I still do that, you know, often, about what to do. I actually watched that pedal show from a couple of years back, all 50 minutes of it. Figured out that what I thought I really needed was this, not a noise gate, but a noise suppressor pedal from TC Electronic called the Sentry. Works in a different way. You actually plug your guitar directly into it and out of it into your amp, but then it has a loop that you connect to your pedals and whatnot. It listens to not to the pedals, but to the signal coming out of your guitar, which is much more accurate and immediate than this kind of a situation, which actually goes after the noisy pedals. I'm like, cool. So they're like 120 bucks. I'm like, God, I don't feel like shelling out another 120 bucks on something, but in this particular case, it seemed necessary enough. So I got to looking. A lot of places carry them, but nobody had one. They're sold out. And, you know, you can get on the waiting list in Sweetwater or whatever. I'm like, well, damn, you know, I like instant gratification. I'm like anybody, right? So watched a couple of other videos, and it turned out that of all people, companies, whatever, Joyo had made well, not a copy because it doesn't look the same, but it works the same. This dude, they call the Legal Done, which is kind of a stupid name, but you know, whatever. Works the same way. You go in your guitar, out to your amp, and then there's a send and return, a loop. You got a threshold and a hold and a release. I'm like, all right, well, Amazon had them for 59 bucks. I'm like, okay, so, and they could be delivered by 5 o'clock last night. I'm like, all right, well, to hell with it. Worst case, it doesn't work or isn't satisfactory to me. I can send it back. It's Amazon, you know. And I should also mention, in between these and this, I actually did go to Guitar Center and try picking up the Boss noise suppressor, which wound up being just literally this again, but with a Boss name on it and for way more money. That went back. But never mind, that's not important. This, on the other hand, this shocked the crap out of me. 59 bucks, didn't literally shock the crap out of me. It's quite well grounded. So I hooked this up, did all the cabling, and right about the time I had it ready to try out, my phone went off downstairs. I had left it downstairs. So I just, I just walked away from the whole rig and went down and answered the phone. Of course, it was telemarketers. It seems like the more do not call lists I put myself on, the more calls I get. But anyway, I came back up and I'm like, oh, I still got to adjust these, knobs to get the right, to get the settings so that it works or whatever. And mindlessly hit a chord and almost got knocked off my stool by the volume coming out of my amp. The sucker was on. Just by pure coincidence, the way the knobs happened to be turned when I took it out of the package did the job. I thought that, that this was set to 0 or whatever and was killing all the sound, because that's what any of these will do. If you set it too low, too high, whatever it is, they'll just kill the sound completely. And I'm like, holy crap. This thing works. And it wasn't killing the beginning or the end of my notes. It was just killing my noise. And I said, damn. So I told my wife, I'm like, wow, this thing works. And she said, well, there's your next video. And I'm like, yeah. Because I'm sure there are plenty of you out there, and you don't have to be playing Doom. That just happens to be one of the noisiest genres because you're relying on a bunch of fuzz usually. In my case, 3 of them in parallel, and then 2 amplifiers. But anyway, so I wanted to share this with you guys. The Legal Done, 59 bucks on Amazon. Normally 69, but I think it was right now. It was 10 bucks off. Even at 69, it's a friggin' bargain. I'm sure the TC Electronic Sentry is a great pedal as well, but it's twice the money, and you can't get one unless you go on a waiting list or whatever. This, if it works, who gives a rat's ass what the name on it is? It's built like a tank. I mean, it's a completely metal pedal. It's not like, this plastic stuff. And so anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to turn this off, put this guy back on the board. I don't have it set up for permanence yet because, well, for one, I want to be able to show you. And 2, I try to do nice, neat cabling, as I mentioned, and get everything, I'm a bit OCD. I like my pedals to be square to each other. I watch some of the rig rundowns from Premier Guitar Magazine, and it drives me nuts. I see guys, their pedals are cockeyed, and some of them are sideways, and I don't know. I like my stuff to be straight, but that's just me, whatever. But anyway, the point is, I'm going to hook this up and demonstrate what it does. And I realize, it's hard, maybe it's hard for you to imagine getting excited about a pedal that doesn't actually, I hesitate to say do anything, but it's not giving you any effect. EFF ECT. It's more having an effect, AFF ECT, on your rig's noise. So I'm going to hook this back up and I'll come back and show you, because that's the only way you're going to get this. You got to hear this for yourself. And I would not be surprised if many of you out there wind up buying one of these. And if you do, or if you're interested, I want to know about it. If you have some other idea, some other product, or whatever the case is, I want to know about it. But for now, let's hook this up. All right, so I'm back. What you're hearing right now is the Amp of Doom all by itself. I don't have the Roland running. Just wanted you to hear the Amp of Doom. Volume's on about 1.5. Turn the guitar up. It's even louder. Slightly microphonic. By the way, I should mention this is a Gibson Les Paul Jr. that I'll be doing a review on later. SG Jr. In 61 and 62 they were Les Paul Jr. It doesn't matter. You don't need a history lesson right now. Anyhow, so yeah, here's the sound. That's all my stuff on. The organ, my multiple fuzzes, everything. Loud as hell, right? Even at 1.5. As is this terrible noise. Fine. Watch what happens when I click on the Joyo Legal Done. Dead silent. And you're saying, well, sure, it's silent because you just killed all of your sound, right? Okay. Dead silent. Didn't kill my sustain. Didn't cut off the attack of my note. That's it. It's doing exactly what it says on the tin, as they like to say across the pond in Great Britain and whatnot. There it is. And I've tested this. I can be as loud as I want, and it's still the same situation of this is basically dead silent. And then I come in, what can you say? I mean, this does not do that. This does not do that. And the expensive ass Boss definitely does not do that. Apparently, the TC Electronic Sentry does. I no longer have a need for one because this Joyo, this is doing the job. I mean, seriously, this is like a dream come true because I've been a little, I've had a bit of anxiety about how am I going to deal with doing gigs with so much friggin' background noise. Because, I mean, even turning on, you know, I've got a Boss tuner pedal at the beginning of my chain. And of course I hit that to mute everything. But of course, because it's the beginning of the chain, it's not muting all the noise. In actuality, because of the peculiarities of my setup, it actually gets a little noisier when I hit the tuner pedal. So, I mean, I don't know what else I can say other than if you have any noise, and I'm sure you have some, you need this pedal. If you're playing heavy gain stuff, you know, whether it be doom or regular classic metal or I suppose your more extreme death and whatever else, speed metal, thrash, this is the goods, man. But I don't... Yeah. And silence. So, I mean, it's a rare thing that I come across a product that actually delivers everything that it promises. Because the fact is, you know, there's a whole lot of BS in marketing and whatnot. And there's no BS here, man. This Joyo thing is the deal. It's for real. So not going to take up any more of your time. I just had to tell you, this excites the crap out of me because, well, for one thing, I can now do videos for you guys without having a bunch of annoying noise behind me. And I can play gigs and I can do everything. And I'm not going to have that terrible noise in the background anymore, which tickles me to no end. So anyhow, if I can keep my mind clear enough to remember while I'm in the editing stage of this and uploading, I will include a link to Amazon. But if not, just go look up Joyo Legal Done. It's a stupid name, but I don't give a rat's ass. It's a great pedal. It's a great product that does exactly what it's supposed to do in exactly the way that it's supposed to do it. And the only adjustments you have to make is those 3 knobs. Literally, I found just turn each one until the noise stops. And I just walked away. I mean, I suppose you can find 2 and more, and I'm sure they're interactive. But I didn't bother with any of that. It just worked. And what more can you ask from a product than for it to work, right? Dig. So anyhow, comments below, click like, click subscribe, click the bell, tell a friend, share it, do all the stuff, or don't, it's your call, but I appreciate it. We've got over 2,000 subscribers now, which still makes us not even a baby channel, it's more like a micro channel, but if 2,000 people showed up to one of my gigs, I'd be pretty freaking happy, you know what I'm saying? So, 2,000 of you out there are fans, that's a success in my book, right? So anyhow, leave comments below, tell me whatever you want to tell me, and if you want to see the full rundown of this thing, this was a great, I'll just, spoiler, this was a great buy. As were all the Timu guitars, honestly, but never mind. Till I see you next, stay cool, stay frosty, don't take any wooden nickels unless you collect them, be good to yourself and others. Play your damn guitar quietly, but loud as hell, which you can do with a Joyo Legal Done pedal. Till I see you next, this is Steve, OG Guitar Nut, and I'm out of here.